Tuesday, February 28th, 2023. This video shows and discusses insects that are involved in decomposition. This topic may not be for everyone. Alright, I just had a meeting with my supervisors. I showed them my beetles. It was really exciting to finally show them what I'm working on and where I'm at with the beetle tanks and the setup. And so we did a quick check on the beetles while they were here, and they look like they're in good shape, and there's lots of little larvae in there, so they're reproducing happily. Right. Everything's in good shape. I'm just going to do a little bit of recording the beetles just because I enjoy seeing what they're doing in there in the tank. I put a bit more cricket quencher in there. I use the spray bottle. The pig trotter still looks like it's in good shape. One thing I'm trying to check on is to make sure things don't start to get moldy, because that will kill the beetles. And yeah, so let's have a quick look at the tank. Alright, a lot of them have gone into hiding. They kind of do that when there's sunlight. They don't like the sunlight. But things look like they're in good shape. We've got a larva on top there. Right, something else I wanted to show you. So part of the consideration I've been having with the reptile mats is whether or not I need them, because there is this heating element under here that's underneath this table that the beetles sit on, and it's used to keep some of these plants warm, and I think it's just here in general to keep the greenhouse warm. But sometimes this heating element wasn't working. But yeah, the table sits right on top of this, so that was part of the reason I've been having this kind of conversation, or this thought about whether I need the reptile mats. But yeah, so that's just kind of part of the environment here. Right. Also today I have a new container that I'm going to transfer some stuff that I've been keeping in cardboard boxes into that, and I'm going to label things, and then that'll be it for today. Right, I want to show you the few additional things that I brought in here. So this container is going to replace this box. So this box I've been storing things in. I've also been storing some things in this other tank. So I'm going to go through and consolidate things and put them back into this container here. And yeah, try to cut down on some of the clutter. Right, so over here, let me just show you a couple more things that I brought along. I brought these. I don't think I need these right now. The other little soft ones are great for manipulating the bugs in there. This will come in handy later, maybe when I need to actually process samples that the bugs have worked on, and might need to break things apart or lift out bones out of frass, things like that. So I don't need these just yet, but I've got them here. Some labels for labeling the containers. This is actually a little vinyl apron, plastic coated apron. At some point I'll be wearing a lab coat while I'm working with stuff, but I decided while I was in here it might be nice to have just a little bit of something extra to put on when I'm moving things around. Things aren't super dusty inside the tank yet or anything with frass, but this just kind of makes sure I'm not getting any little beetles on me when I leave, that sort of a thing. So I've got that here in case I need to use it while I'm working in here. And yeah, just a couple more things, another thermohygrometer for the other tank at some point when I use that, and another little container. Now that I have everything reorganized, it's labeled so people know that this has dermestid stuff in it. I put some extra things in here that are eventually going to go to use inside this tank, but I don't need immediate access to them. So I have the second thermometer hygrometer that's going to go in this tank. That little, this little shelf I'm going to leave in here for now. I might put one in the other tank as well. Some of the extra cotton wool plate is in here. I've got the extra reptile mat, and then the extra trays are in here as well because I don't need them immediately. And then one of the rolls of paper towels is in here. And the very nice lady I talked to last week got me some more of this clear stuff. I paid her for it. And this is great, so this will help keep my beetles hydrated. So that's everything that's going in that tank. Got these labeled so I know which one goes with which tank. Thanks for watching. This video shows and discusses insects that are involved in decomposition. This topic may not be for everyone. Alright, it is Monday, February 27th, 2023. So today's just a welfare visit to see how the beetles are doing. I left them over the weekend. The last time I checked on them was last Thursday, so it's been a few days. I want to make sure everything looks good. Got everything pulled out here, so I've got some more of the cricket quencher. I've got my forceps in case I need them. So right now I'm going to go check on the temperature, then we'll lift this up and see what's going on with the beetles. Let's see here. Okay, so again on my phone, for whatever reason it looks like it's flashing, but it's not actually flashing in real life. Looks like the temperature is close to where I've set the thermostat, so that's a very good thing. We'll put this back now. Alright, let's lift up the box, see how the beetles are doing. Oh. Got some beetles here. Looks like we've got a crew of adults.